All right, boss babes. It is I, Michelle Fox. And I'm sure it would be so much better if I actually gave you a heads up when I was going to do this, but I got to be me. Actually, that is my goal. I want to really get good at this and start focusing more on my training for you and have an actual day and time that I'm going to do that consistently. But I'm going to talk about that at the end. I recently talked about facial box or what should I call them? Lead boxes, because not everybody does facials. So lead boxes. We recently talked about lead boxes, which are fish bowls, that kind of thing, how you would get leads that way. And then I followed that up with discussing fall vendor booths where you have something set up at a arts and crafts show and can collect leads that way. And so today I was thinking, let's just keep going with that, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? You are asking yourself, how do I get new people? It needs to be a constant, ongoing thing. No matter how many customers you have, you could always use more. And there's an expression that if you're out of leads, you're out of business. And so, yeah, that's true. Or I guess it's if you're out of bookings, you're out of business, but it's the same thing. So I want to talk about getting referrals today. And I have a few ways that I've done it in the past. So we're going to talk about basically how I've done it the old school way. And at the end, I want to tell you some of the ways I do it in a new school way that I think is actually easier in a lot of ways. And I also want to then discuss a freebie offer that I have for you and some other cool things that are happening. So stay with me, people, or come back when you can, one way or the other. And I don't have any banners distracting me, and I have my glasses on. So if you want to make comments, I should be able to respond in real time. So feel free. So make sure you give StreamYard permission to view your name so I know who I'm talking to. And let's get cracking. So, all right. So here's the thing, is that the best way to get leads is through your good customers. And here's why. Because when you're just getting random people, if and we've discussed this before, when you just get a collection of random names, you really don't know if they are interested in your product, if they can afford your product, if you want to work with them. But when you've got someone that you like working with, that you have a rapport with, and you know that she respects you, she respects the product, she's can afford it, and she purchases consistently, it is very likely that whoever she refers to you has a lot of similar characteristics, similar backgrounds, similar demographics. And so the odds of you having a successful experience with them goes way up, as opposed to just picking somebody totally randomly. You know what I'm saying? So, really and truly, the best way to get leads is through your existing customers. And therefore, you need to always, always be thinking, what is the next step? So, when I get a sale, when I have an appointment, when I do a party, when I'm on the phone with somebody, I'm never just thinking about what we're doing in that moment. I'm also thinking that what is the next thing? Hi, Alicia. I'm also thinking about, what is the next logical place for me to take this person? So, for example, if someone is with me doing a one on one appointment because she wants me to match her foundation, and she is just so enthusiastic and so bubbly and just loves it and wants even more things, but all she can really afford today is the foundation, what am I going to do? I'm going to book her for a party, right? But if my mindset is just like, oh, we just need to get through this foundation match, and that's all I'm really thinking about, I will likely miss the opportunity to book that party. So, in the same way, when you are with your people, you need to be open to ways that you can get referrals from them. And it needs to feel not like you're badgering them or you keep asking the same thing over and over. But again, you're always asking, what's in it for them? Like, how can I sweeten the pot so that they want to help me out? And so, just to be very simple right off the bat, is that you need to let your people know that you would really appreciate meeting or having information of their friends and family because they are such great customers. And say it just like that. You are such an amazing customer that I have no doubt that anybody that is in your circle, I would really enjoy working with. So anytime you can think of someone that I could help in any way, shape, or form, give me their information and I will follow up. And when they make a purchase, I always say, like, when they make a purchase, I'll give you anything in the catalog half price as a thank you. That doesn't cost me anything, but that's just me. That's my industry. But a way to reward them for that. But in the way that when people come on board with me, they would know real quick that I give a birthday discount, that I have a holiday open house. They kind of learn my culture, and they learn that I reward very well for referrals. You can even set up a referral program or a reward program. Right now, I have a reward program that is similar to Ulta or Sephora, where they get points for every purchase and they get double points if they have booked. And they get points now, since I'm online, whenever they like, comment, share on a video. And so I can also then say, okay, and for every person that you refer to me, I'll give you a point. And when they make a purchase, I'll jack that up to 5 points. And then I have a chart where it shows that those points convert to cash. Hi, Fran. So that has been really fun. And I thought people would be like all over it, but for the most part, they forget. But I'll tell you when they get excited is when I say, hey, you've got enough reward points here for like a $12 discount off this order. And they're like, I do? How did I get that? And then I have an opportunity to remind them. And then that solidifies that, oh, well, shoot fire. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. I'm going to keep referring people to you. I'm going to keep purchasing. I'm going to keep commenting on your posts. So it's that positive reinforcement, letting them know what you want them to do, and then giving positive reinforcement for that. And that is happening because you are always thinking, what's the next step? What else? Now what else can I get from her? But in the sense that you are a business person and that you need to be thinking full circle. There's never just like one deal and then you're done. It's always like a series of deals. It's a progression. You have people that are learning to trust you and like you, and they will buy more the more they understand you and your product and trust and like you more. And so it's like they're on a circle as well. So I'm always thinking, okay, where's this person at in her relationship with the products? Where is she at in her relationship with me? And what is the next logical place for me to take her? Have I ever asked her for referrals? Has she ever had a party for me? Is she in my VIP group on Facebook? You follow me? It's like you've got to be on your game. All right. You can't sit on your laurels, people, and expect to make money. That's the thing that kills me is when people say, oh, I just didn't make any money. Money is to be had, but you have to be hustling. You've got to be thinking. You've got to be looking for opportunities. It's not just going to come to you. You know what I mean? Because you want it. You got to set things up so that make it like a ripe opportunity. So, all right. So I'm going to go through some old school ways to get these leads. The first, and kind of obvious, is that when you are at a party, you want to get leads from the people at your party. And I'm going to show you a variety of ways. But here's the thing is that nowadays you can Google whatever. Like if I show you something really cute and you just Google whatever you think that form is called, you'll probably find it. And if not, you can create your own on Canva, Canva.com. The amount of time that you spend waiting for me to find it for you and send it to you and all that is wasted time. So it's just better for you to just be proactive and think, okay, I'm either going to find one or I'm going to make one, or I'm going to create my own idea, spin my own idea from it. That's usually what I do. Okay. So in terms of just keeping things really, really simple, Canva, yay. You're really good at it too, Fran. Holy cow. I was like looking at your stuff. I'm like, shoot fire. She's like super good. Anyway, in my industry, we have what we call a customer profile. So when we sit down with people, we're getting kind of their background information, their demographics, contact information and stuff, but we also work with their skin. So we need to know their skincare issues. And then conveniently on the back, there's sort of like an evaluation place and a place for referrals. And so there's a point in the program where things are really messy because we're trying stuff on with samples. And so for me, at that point, I say, okay, I'm going to clean up now. And so while I'm doing that, I'm going to put, 2 minutes on the clock. And what I would love for you to do is if you can think of anyone in your life that would enjoy doing what we just did, get out your phone and give me her name and number. And I'm going to have you do that while I clean up. And whoever has the most written down by the time the 2-minute timer goes off will get a prize. And then I might have the prize wrapped and kind of show it. So there's a little ooh, ah factor. And it is kind of amusing that people are competitive. So the fact that they're competing against the clock and against each other for one prize does work in your favor oftentimes. I have had awkward moments where it's just like two or three people and they kind of get funky and they kind of act like, oh, I'm not going to write anybody down. Are you going to write anybody down? And so, in the back of my mind, I'm always like, oh, is this going to be awkward? But you know what? Here's the thing. You can lose opportunities by wondering if it might be awkward or if they might not, do what you're asking them to do, or you can just go for it every single time and reap the rewards of the fact that a majority of the time they're going to play ball. They're going to do what you're asking. So Mari, I know it feels like it's hard to get referrals. Okay. So here's what we're talking about. I also, I really am myself, as you can imagine. And so the whole time I make it very clear that when someone gives me a name and number, that I contact them one time and that I offer them an opportunity to try the products that we're trying right now with a $10 gift coupon or whatever. And I say, and even better, if you can give them a heads up that I'm going to call, then that really smooths things out. But I promise you, if they, get a weird feeling or they're uncomfortable or they don't want to do it, I never call them again. I said, there's no way I'm putting these names are not going on a list that I keep forever. These are people that I contact. And then depending on their response, that's what I do. So, but you're right. People are cautious. They're skeptical. They're like, oh, geez, if I refer one more person to my mom, she's going to, strangle me. So that's why you got to let them know that you got to sweeten the deal. Okay. So here's a good example of that. So my printer something's wrong. I got to probably replace it. But there's like a tic-tac-toe thing where there's products. So this would be specifically for my industry. It's pictures of different kinds of makeup. You could do whatever goes on, whatever you sell. But there's specific products in each box. And they put the name and number, of 9 people for this one. And you can play this however you want. But basically what I would do is that if, so if they give me a name and number and I contact that person and let's say just for giving me that name and number, I don't know, there's so many ways. Like I could say, if you fill in all 9, I'll give you anything on this board, half price, and then take it the next step. If the person that you fill out in the box says yes, and we have that appointment, then you get whatever's in the box. And so does she, something like that, but you don't want to give away the farm. So you got to make sure I would never put like a skincare set in here. I'm not going to put something in there that's worth like a ton of money. But the idea is it's visual and right away they're seeing, oh, well, she's getting something and I'm getting something. So it makes it a little bit easier for them to want to give you the information because it really does feel like they're doing them a favor. And I'll show you another one that I have mixed feelings about. Put the customer at ease. Yes, for sure. This one, all right, you know me, I'm always extremely honest. So I saw this one and I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to change my life. And this was back when I was doing meetings. Like I had a really huge team and we had lots of guests and stuff. And so I was so excited about this. So I'll tell you the whole story, but let me say what this is. So it says, beautiful. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. This is a top, but it says, who do you know that is overworked and underpampered? Enroll her. So this is like them enrolling her to receive a free pampering package from you. The pampering package will include a pampering session along with some other goodies that will be wrapped up beautifully with a gift tag from you. All, very classy, very cute. And I know how hard it is to find time to appreciate all the amazing women in your life. So I will do all of the work. Okay. Just give me her name and phone number. I will contact her. I will deliver her gift or give it to her personally at an appointment. You're welcome to let her know that you have a gift on the way and that she will be contacted by me soon, or you can let it be a surprise. So, it's really setting this up like it is. Like, and that's the thing is like you need them to understand that it really isn't a gimmick, that you're a good person and you're representing a good product and you really want to bless people and they don't have to buy a dang thing, that you're getting together to try the stuff. And I always go out of my way, and I know you do too. I always make a fresh pot of coffee and I've got cookies or something. And I always have a gift just to thank them for coming. I mean, I would love to be my customer. But anyway, so they give the name and number. And then this is kind of the best part. There's a message from the person that's giving it. So like, hey, mom, thought you could use a pampering day or something like that. And so we started using this, and I kid you not, we would have like these things filled out. And it was shortly after things opened up after COVID. It's like 2021 summer, I think. Okay. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, we're really onto something. But all right, so now I'm gonna tell you the other side of the story. You need to be careful how much you're giving away anytime that if you're going to mail it or drop it off and you're not going to see them eyeball to eyeball, because the likelihood of that purchase goes down if you're not with them face to face. All right, that's just a fact. So if somebody said to me, okay, well, I've got these people, but they're all out of town, so will you just send them their pampering package? Okay. You got to think it through. Okay. So yes, I'm willing to send things out of town, but this is big girl talk. Okay. So this would be for my industry again, but I'm sure that you can apply it to other things. But like, it costs more to send a package than it does an envelope. So if I'm going to send something to somebody out of town, if I can keep it flat, it's going to drastically reduce my cost. So I'm going to start thinking of things that I can put in there that keeps it perfectly flat. So I can put in a catalog, I can put in a skincare sample, I can put in a flat card that has like eyeshadow, cheek color, lipstick. Okay. And that's still a pretty nice little package. And I write a personal note, I include the little gift tag from them, make it as fancy as I can, but I've got to keep my cost under control because you have no guarantee that they're going to take it beyond that. All right. So then I always put some kind of coupon in there and offer a digital makeover or what have you. But so you've got to be careful that if you say something along the lines of, if she's not local, I'll mail it, just remember that there's a cost to that. Okay. So we had tons and tons of names, and I don't remember how I got in this pickle. I think maybe because it was COVID and people were still really not wanting to get together, in person. I think I did say, and I can mail all of them, or I'm willing to mail all of them. But long story short, I ended up giving away a ton of packets and getting very few sales and customers out of it. So that's why you have to always be evaluating at the bottom line. And there's nothing wrong with trying something a few times and realizing that just didn't work. Okay, I'm not going to do that again. Or I need to tweak it like this. And here's one way you can do that. Fast forward a bit. I had a party that was similar, where the party I offered everybody that went to the party a pampering pack that I would send in the mail. And I knew that was gonna cost me some quan because there were a lot of people for this party. And so I made it where it was up to them that they could have like the basic pack where it was just like the flat skincare eye card or whatever, I listed that all out. Or they could upgrade and for $15 they could get that plus a full size mascara and a lip gloss sample and a mini oil-free eye makeup remover. I kind of sweetened it up. So um, I'm not charging them for the samples. I'm charging them for the full-size product, but I'm recovering my cost of all of those samples and the fact that I'm gonna have to put that in a padded envelope. You know what I mean? So, and oddly enough, I wasn't sure if that was gonna fly or not. Almost everybody chose to buy the mascara and do the upgrade. So that was pretty cool. So even though I didn't make money on that, I didn't lose any money. Because by the time you've got your other samples and the bubble envelope and the shipping cost, I mean, you're talking it's going to be at least $4 to ship something. So, you got to be prepared for that. So anyway, I totally went off topic here. Let's see if I have any other comments I need to say anything to. I think we're good. Okay. So, but other things to just keep it really, really simple. I like to make it feel more like a game than just, hey, give me the names and numbers of everybody you know. I don't pull that off well because like Marty was saying, I feel funny. I feel funny. I'm worried they're not going to want to give me the names and numbers and stuff. So I really make it as game-like as possible. And I was trying to find, there's so many different interpretations of this, but I think the one that I liked the best because it was pretty was this one where it's, who do you know? And then it lists like a bunch of different types of people, different categories. And so then it is like a game, almost like a bridal shower game, where you got to remember things and write it down. So it's like, who do you know that is a millennial? Who do you know that is a party girl? That is a trendsetter? That is a beauty expert? That's the real go-getter? That's the connector of the group. And so what's fun about that is that they start kind of talking about the people that they're writing about and laughing and sharing. And like I said, there's more of a game feel to that. And honestly, when I get like a ton of leads, a ton of referrals, it's a little overwhelming and it's hard to find time to call them all. So I would rather get 2 to 5 really good leads from someone I like and trust than to get 30 that I'm not going to get anything, I'm not going to hear from again. You know what I'm saying? So even though this might take a little longer and they might not fill out every single box, they're putting some thought into it and we're having a conversation and there's a little more chatter at the table. I'm all about keeping people comfortable, making it feel natural, making it feel so that when they communicate to their friend, like, hey, I put your name on this sheet, but I really think you're going to like her. She's really easy to be with. She's funny. We tried these products. I loved them. I bought blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? That's what I want to be happening. So this one, who do you know? You could probably just Google who do you know, and something like that would come up. But there are lots of versions of that. So like you might feel like, well, some of those categories are weird. So this one is like, who do you know that's engaged? Who do you know? Let's see. I don't know. Some of them are the same. Who do you know that's in her fabulous 50s? That'd be me. And then this one is called a scavenger hunt, except they're not actually going out and getting these people, but like, so it's like, who do you know that's a teacher, a bank teller, an accountant, a dental hygienist, a hairstylist, cashier, nurse, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is more like occupations and stuff, but same idea. It's giving them, and it helps them come up with people. Because how many times do you have people say, I don't know anybody, which is silly. I mean, we all know a ton of people. So, so my point is that there are lots of approaches for this. This is another Fabulous Friends that has sort of a list, of who what you're looking for. But you want to keep it so that it feels natural, so that it's fun. So that they're thinking that the person that's being contacted is actually going to be glad that they're being contacted. So it really is important that you let them know, I'm going to treat her like a princess. She's going to get $10 off or whatever you're going to give her. Or sometimes you might even want to have the actual, like, let's say you've got like a little mini hand cream or something, like, she's going to get a mini hand cream just for her time. Let them know, like, this is what's going to happen. So I know she's going to like it. You know what I mean? And the other thing is that if they've got a lot of local people on the list, that is a perfect way to turn around and say, well, we could do this at your house, and then they'd be really comfortable. And then you would get hostess credit. We've already got your guest list right here. So, again, it's like, but if you're not thinking like that, you miss that opportunity. So, I'm speaking from experience. I would get so nervous and so focused on the party happening right now that I rarely was thinking about booking from the booking, because I just wanted to get through what was happening in the moment. But, you have to get over that, and you have to just train yourself to always be thinking on all levels. Let's see. But the original Fabulous Friends game that Michelle Cunningham created is just very, very, very basic. And she just says basically that, just, I would like to meet your fabulous friends. Here, and there's a numbered list, 1 to 20. If you fill in all 20, you're going to get, I think she does this. The first one to fill in all 20 is going to get, this fabulous prize. So she doesn't give everybody one that fills it up, but the first one. So, that's a cool thing. Another thing to do, because some people just don't know, as many people as others, is I'll say, I've got a prize and it has a number attached to it. So when we're all done, we're going to figure out how many leads each person has. And if you've got my lucky number, the prize is yours. You make it up as you go along. Sometimes I'll change midway. I'll see that I don't think they're going to go with this one. So I'll change it ever so slightly. And this is just one more. I found so many of these. Funny, witty, courageous, intelligent, outgoing, professional, generous, that kind of thing. So just getting the leads from the people that you're already, that are in front of you is super important. And I asked them, so let's say it was a good experience and I got some leads. I asked them, okay, it would just really make all the difference if you let your friend know that I'm going to be contacting her. And, however you want to word that. But basically what I'm getting at is, like, I don't want her to be weirded out. And my first contact with them, now that we can text, I really think out how I'm going to say it. But I put it all out there, just like, hey, I met your friend. I'm Michelle Fox. I'm a skincare expert. She put your name down to receive a $10 gift coupon. We can do it at your home, my home, or our local studio, or we could even do it through Zoom. Doesn't matter to me at all. I just would love to meet you. What do you think? And then I just kind of wait to hear back. And there are people, that are super rude. Not very often, but they're there. And there are other people that are cautious, but they're willing to find out more. And then there are people that are all over it. They're like, what? You're kidding. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And you don't know which one you're going to get. So go for it. And that is a very solid way to keep your business moving forward. All right. So that's all kind of the old school way of getting referrals or leads. I really am all about, we're shifting gears here in case you can't tell. I really am all about being as natural and things feeling as organic as possible. And I've always been one that wants to give more than I get, that I want to serve. I want to share my knowledge. I want them to know that to me, it's not just about selling today and I'll never see you again, that I want to know what you need and to meet that need for you. So that's always just been in my heart. And so a few years ago, I heard about a concept called attraction marketing. And basically, that is an opportunity where you have an online presence, you have an online reputation, so to speak, and that you make it known, this is who I am, this is what I'm like, this is what I do, this is what I offer. And then since you are online, social media, lots and lots of people are seeing and hearing that. And you have ways to kind of spotlight different aspects of the things that you do. And the people that like what you have to offer are drawn to you and will come to you. So I think you would all agree that wouldn't referrals be so much easier if they just came to you? I always thought that. Okay, I got to just stop for a second. Haven't you thought to yourself, like, wouldn't it just be so easy if I just had like a counter somewhere, like a makeup counter at a store, and I could just set up all my stuff and just let everybody come to me? Because we all know it's great products. We all know. And if they could even see me, working with it and talking about it, and I'm all glammed up and everything. Yeah, that is true. So but we can do that just through how we communicate and how we establish our own presence, and the way that we offer things and stuff. But yeah, you're right. If people really understood what we had to offer, what we're all about, they would come in droves, because there's nothing to not like about what we do in my business. But like, we have 100% satisfaction guarantee. We've got a wonderful history. So yeah, get proud, get loud and proud about what it is that you have to offer. And so for referrals, for me, or leads, let's call it leads. So I will just give you a couple, then I'll let you go. But like, for example, on banners, you may have seen on Facebook banners where there might be something that says click here. So that means that there's like that long rectangle picture on your Facebook personal profile, or your business page, or your group page. And it'll be like, click here to learn about my latest book, or to hear about this latest course, or to, find out where I'm going to be next. A click here button is not a magic thing. It's really just a graphic that you're putting on your banner, but it's getting people's attention. And so when they're tapping on that picture, when they're trying to click that dang button, they just basically go to the part of, the next thing that pops up is the I can't remember what they call it, like the description of the picture or something, but it's just like a little blurb that you have that's related to your banner. So for me, click here, they click it, the blurb comes up, and then it's something like, I'm so glad that you stopped by my business page, click here to claim your free welcome gift. And so they're like, oh, all right. And they click that link, and then it takes them to a short survey-ish kind of thing, where it's like, I need their name and email. And I used to offer, like, I used to send samples, like mini lip glosses and stuff. But again, I'm getting away from the cost of that. I'm learning. It takes me a while, but I finally learned. So you can offer just things that they can have immediately, that they can download immediately. So think about this. You are an expert in your field. You know more than the other people that you're serving know about what you sell and what you do. So what could you put together a cute little, like, my top 5 tips for blank, or here's a 1, 2, 3, 3 steps to doing blank. What could you put together that someone else would be like, oh, that's clever, or, oh, I need that. I always forget how to do that. Thanks. Oh my gosh. It doesn't have to be 30 pages. It's usually just one page, a page. So, or just your tips, my top 5 tips for glowing skin, or favorite products. These are my top 5 beauty products. So anyway, so what I'm getting at is that, so somebody clicks on the click here button, they see that they need to click a link. The link takes them to a place where they put in their name and their email. And then what they get is like a downloadable file, a cute little thing that you made. These are my top 5 tips for your eyes to look amazing. And it can be anything. You know stuff. Don't tell me you don't know stuff. You do. You know things. If people always come to you like, "All right, how is it that you always have such slamming eye makeup? Like, what is your secret?" Ask yourself, "Well, what is my secret? What could I say? What could I tell people that would benefit them?" So, what's happening here is that the people so here's how attraction marketing is. So, I have the world as my stage. They see my business page because it's a public page. They see my click here button, and just out of curiosity, they're going to click. Then it says, "Hey, claim your free gift." Who doesn't want that, So they click that. Then they have to give their name and their email. Not everybody's going to do that, so they're going to see, well, what do I get out of it? Oh, I get like these 10 tips on how to have fabulous glossy hair. I want those 10 tips. I'm willing to give you my email for that. 2 things are happening. One, you're getting their information, but you know that you are getting the information of someone that's actually interested in what you have to offer. It's not just Joe Blow's information. It's somebody that actually is saying, "Oh, I want that. Here, I'm willing to give you my personal information to get that." So, cha-ching, cha-ching, like that is who you want. That is a solid lead. It's like it's like they're referring themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that is really good. And what are they getting? They're getting the 10 tips or whatever. And I'm not gimmicky. I don't do anything like where, tricked you, you don't get it yet. You got to give me something else. No. It's like they get whatever I say they're going to get, they get the end. Okay. So to me, that is like so much easier because you can have that all set up and it's just there happening 24/7 on all of your social media platforms. And the juicier you make that freebie, the more hits you're going to get. And you will start to see what attracts more people. So you might try one thinking that, oh, they're going to love this, but you don't really get a lot of hits on it. So then you try something else and then that's the winner. So anyway, so that's one way to get leads online. And that is my way of preference. And so we could go on and on. That's kind of my thing. And that's why I created Boss Babes Online, is to kind of explain to all of you that direct sales is amazing. I've done it in person for 22 years and don't have any regrets. But online is like this new frontier that I think unless you've tapped into it, you have no concept of how it can change your business. Like we're talking mind blown. Okay. So I've got these referral ideas. Take them, run with them. I still use them when I meet with people in person, but know that there are lots of other opportunities to get leads as well. Okay. So now I'm going to explain a few things. So I do have a freebie offer. I have it created as of this moment. Since this is live, I don't have anything for you to click on yet to get it, but it's ready to go. I just need to do the final touches. But I created something called 100 easy ways to get customers and sales. And so it's just like a list of 100 ideas, sort of like what we're talking about today, but even more than this. So it's more than just, oh, get referrals from your people. So you'll love it. Okay. And that's a freebie that I'm offering to you. I believe I'm going to have that on my blog. I'm still figuring all this out if you can't tell. But all right. So here's the big news though. So I created a website/blog like in July. And I chose to have the big focus be on my beauty industry, my beauty business. And then sort of like the time that I had left over, or if I could find time, I did training for all of you. I have found over these months that my passion is really training you more so than anything else. I don't think I could ever abandon my beauty business, but I'm in the process of flipping things. And so my focus for my website blog is really going to be more training you and sprinkling in the beauty videos and stuff where I can. So there's a big shift, and that's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm excited. So get excited. So some things that you can do are to make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel that is specifically for you, which is Boss Babes Online. All of my teaching is moving from Michelle Fox Beauty to Boss Babes Online. All right. This has to happen because people are confused. My mom was watching videos and she's like, okay, so I saw this video about, and she, how to get leads or something. And she's like, and I didn't really understand. I'm like, oh, mom, that was not for you. So I need to separate that stuff. Okay. So anyway, make sure you're subscribed to Boss Babes Online, and then get on my blog, which is Michelle Fox. Okay. Boss Babes Online. Okay. Yeah. MichelleFoxOnline.com. And then I've got like a section that is specifically for you called Biz Talk, BIZTALK. But that's going to be expanding as well. Somewhere in that mix is going to be that freebie. I don't know exactly where, but I'll make sure you find it. So make sure you do that. Okay. And I think I've covered everything that I said I was going to cover, but so new stuff's happening. So another thing that needs to happen then is I've got a big mailing list because I've been acquiring email addresses. And so now I need to go through and figure out, so who on that list is interested in the beauty skincare as in potential customer, and who is interested in it as in wants business training. So I've got to be kind of figuring all that out. So you'll be getting a couple of surveys and emails and stuff, but it's all good. So, all right. Yay. Thank you, Facebook user. So I'm excited. I think really good things are happening. It takes me a long time to figure my crap out, but I eventually get there. So thanks for your time. And I will see you soon because this is happening. Okay. All right. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.